Okay, hello everyone. Hi, how are you? This is Kay. And today is the 2nd of April 2023 on Sunday. So, as weekly topic on my YouTube channel, today I will be covering the Forex pairs on my watch list and also gold, XAUUSD, and WTI, and index, and Bitcoin, and the news for next week. So let's start the live and let's create some plans to trade next week. Okay, before I start, I just want to remind everyone that I do use YouTube, this one, and also I have my second channel where I post my private videos. And then I do Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. But I never do Telegram, I never do TikTok. Recently, I hear some reports that there are my fake Telegram account. So just be careful. When you see my name in Telegram, then that's fake. So please be careful, everyone. Okay, so let me say hi quickly to everyone and start the live stream. So again, thank you very much for joining. I hope you're having a great weekend today. So let me see. Okay, Ashish, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. Gabby, good to see you too. And Tony, good to see you too. And Party, Anis, very much good to see you too. And we, TikTok, thank you very much for joining. And Rain, Emeka, good to see you. And Reza, and Blackwater also, good to see you too. Thank you very much for joining. Okay. Oh, you're in Yamaguchi Prefecture. Okay. Alright. Thank you very much for joining today. Okay. And everyone else, thank you very much for joining. So let me switch the screen to TradingView and start the analysis. Okay, so first let me cover the Forex pairs on my watch list. I will cover from Euro USD all the way down to the Swiss franc JPY. And since this is weekend and also this is actually the month end, let me also do the monthly analysis as well as the weekly analysis. So I will split the window in two, and on the left I put the monthly, and on the right I put the weekly chart. Okay, and I do analysis. Okay, so in Forex pairs, most likely we don't see any monthly trends, but we can capture the bigger picture in the markets. And there may be some major resistance and support, or the Kumo breakout, or Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen cross, or Chikou span break may be happening on the monthly chart. So it's always nice to check the higher time frame once in a while so that you can exactly know what's happening in different time frames. So Euro USD, the monthly chart, this is now range to a bit bearish. So looks like there was a previous support is becoming the resistance now. Last month, in the month of March and also February, the market was resisted by the Kijun-sen and also by the previous support. So the month of April and also from now on, looks like the market is bearish. So this is a very long-term analysis, but my view is downtrend on this one, Euro USD. And with that in mind, if you check the weekly chart, the market is close to that resistance. So this time the market may be resisted and goes down is my analysis. So in the very short term, throughout the week or in the month of April, downtrend may happen, so I continue to look for a selling edge. However, if the market breaks that resistance level, which is 1027, then it may be bullish, because that will also be the breakout of the monthly Kijun Sen and the monthly support. So then the market may go up to the Kumo on the monthly. So if that happens, that's bullish. And I will let everybody know when the break happens. But for now, my view is downtrend. Most likely I think there will be double top and the reverse happens. So my view is bearish on the Euro USD. So now let me check the next one, which is the Euro AUD. Okay. Alright, again, thank you very much for joining. I see more comments. Good to see you again. Thank you very much. I hope you're having a great weekend today. So I'm actually covering the Forex pairs now. So this is the Euro AUD. Euro AUD on the monthly chart is range, simply because the price is in between Kumo and Kijun Sen. So in the month of March was bullish on this pair, but weekly is bullish too. So I think this week or the month of April will be bullish in a weekly time frame. So I put purple on Euro AUD so that we know this market is bullish. So I continue to look for the buying edge. Okay, next one is the Euro JPY. Euro JPY was bullish on the monthly chart. Now Kijun Sen flat, Kumo flat, and the month of March was doji like this. So we may see some retracement. When you see doji in higher time frame like this, that means the market may range. And also in terms of the weekly, this is range too. But one thing I want to remind everyone is that what we call the Chikou span trace is not happening. And I did talk about the Chikou span strategy, some of the basic Chikou span strategies a couple of days ago in live stream. So if you haven't watched that yet, I recommend you to watch. But here is what we call the Chikou span trace is happening. And from Chikou span viewpoint, Chikou span is here. And for the next 3 weeks, candlesticks are bullish. So that means Chikou span may trace and up. And then I expect the market will be bullish for the next 3 or 4 weeks. So my view is bullish. In the month of April, towards the end of April, it may be bullish is my view. So I continue to look for the buying edge on the Euro JPY. To be safer, you might want to wait for the breakout of the resistance, which is 145.66, and then project target to be 148.40. But my view is bullish on this one because of this Chikou span trace in Ichimoku on the weekly time frame. So moving on to Euro Pound. Euro Pound is completely ranging on both time frames. Chikou span is touching on both monthly and the weekly. Kumo is also flat on both time frames, and Kijun Sen is also flat. Now on the weekly, Kijun Sen is pointing down because of this big wick, but monthly is also flat. So Euro Pound, most likely we don't see any trends next week. So I think I will just skip this. I simply wait for the breakout of the resistance, but most likely I will be trading some other pairs besides this one. So this time I don't mark Euro Pound. I put this pair as low priority. Okay, next is the Euro CAD. Okay, Euro CAD on the monthly chart is retracing, and the monthly broke the previous 2 dojis. This is about the candlesticks, but it broke the 2 dojis, and there's a long wick, but my view is bullish. I think the market goes up to the Kumo or the previous resistance, which is 1.5101. And the weekly time frame is bullish because the Kumo Senko span A is up, and Kijun Sen is up, and the price above the Tenkan Sen, Chikou span above candles. So I can see buyers are winning the trade, and it's bullish. So my view is uptrend on the EuroCAD. So I mark purple on this one too. So whenever I see uptrend in the lower time frames, I take and buy. But if the market goes down, most likely I don't take, because that will be the retracement in the weekly time frame, and it may be very choppy. But if it goes up, then we can expect the possible N waves, more clean N waves that I want to follow. So I would only take trade when it goes up on EuroCAD. Okay, next is the Euro Swiss franc. Euro Swiss franc on the weekly is now ranging. It's flat Kumo, flat Kijun Sen, and the monthly flat and weekly also flat. So I can't tell which way it's going this week, so I just simply stay away. Okay, next USD/JPY. USD/JPY monthly is now bullish, and weekly is range. So since monthly is bullish, I'm expecting the month of April will be a bullish candlestick. So that means the market maybe go up. It may go up, and then I wait for the breakout of 137.86. So this is going to be the Kijun Sen retracement. Whenever you see Kijun Sen flat on any time frames, the market tends to retrace to the Kijun Sen. So here too, whenever you see Kijun Sen flat, that's when the market reverses. Every time when you see Kijun Sen flat, that's when the market retracing, basically. So here Kijun Sen has been flat, so the market may be bullish anyway on the weekly chart. So my view is bullish, and I look for a buying edge on the USD/JPY. Okay, next USD/CAD. This pair is range on both time frames. Monthly is now Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, and weekly is also flat, Kumo flat, Kijun Sen. And what's important in this case is that the Tenkan Sen is below the Kijun Sen. So here, let me cancel the candlesticks on the weekly. And you see the blue Kijun Sen is below the green, blue Tenkan Sen is below the green Kijun Sen. So this is the dead cross of Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen, which means that this is the end of uptrend. This is one thing to notice is that when you see dead cross Tenkan Kijun Sen above Kumo, it doesn't mean that the market goes down, but it simply means that this is the end of uptrend. So from here, it may range unless the market breaks the Kumo, or at least unless the Chikou span breaks candles, its range is Ichimoku strategy. So now I put back the candles, and the candlestick is below the Tenkan Sen, and Chikou span still touching the candles. So for me, this is a range. In this kind of ranging market, we can't tell which way it's going. So I don't create scenario on this one. No scenario for the USD/CAD. Okay, next USD Swiss franc. This pair is flat on the monthly and down on the weekly. So first on the monthly chart, we have a very tiny Kumo, flat and tiny Kumo. Kijun Sen is up, but it's within the Kumo, and Chikou span is too close. So monthly is range. In terms of the weekly chart, the price is actually below the Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen, and Kumo, and Chikou span below candles. So the reverse in wave may happen in the long run. So my view is downtrend on the USD Swiss franc. So fundamentally speaking, my view on the USD pairs are bearish. So in that sense, USD/JPY I think will be bearish, but the Kijun Sen flat So I think the market may range or retrace as long as Kijun-sen remains flat. But Kijun-sen will point down in 1 to 3 weeks. And then the market may go down. So for the next three weeks, the market may be bullish on this one. And then towards the end of April and May, it may break the support in the long run. Okay, so next is the Pound USD. Pound USD on the monthly is range, no direction. The price is exactly on the Kijun-sen. Kumo is also flat. In terms of the weekly time frame, this one is also range to me. It broke the Kumo, so we have to wait for the break of the resistance 1.2441 and then maybe bullish. So yeah, let's wait for that breakout 1.2441, and that breakout may happen within next week, so I mark purple on this one too. Okay, next is the GBP-JPY. So this pair is bullish on the monthly chart. It has been bullish for the last almost 1 year now, because according to Ichimoku, Pound JPY has been bullish since last June, because we continue to see the bullish Kumo, Kijun-sen is up, Chikou span remains above candles. I think I said this last month, in the month of February or January, that this market has been bullish. So the month of March was doji, but January and February are bullish, and the price has been supported by the Kijun-sen now. So this is bullish, and with that in mind, if you look at the weekly chart, again there is a Chikou span trace is happening. Again, this is one of the original Ichimoku strategies. Chikou span trace. Chikou span is exactly following the candlesticks, and for the next 3 weeks also, the market is bullish to the Chikou span. So that means next week until the end of April may be bullish on the weekly perspective. So I look for a buying edge, GBP-JPY. But if the market goes down or range, then no trade. We can only trade when the market goes up, according to the weekly Chikou span trace strategy. So next one is the Pound CAD. So Pound CAD, this one is range on the monthly and up on the weekly. So I continue to look for buying edge. So first, according to the monthly chart, the price is in between the Kijun-sen and Kumo, and Chikou span is getting closer to the candles, and Kumo itself is flat. Both Senkou span B and Senkou span A are flat. So since the price is in between Kumo and Kijun-sen, the market will be very spiky. I think the market will continue to be up and down within the Kumo and Kijun-sen in the monthly. But it doesn't mean that we can't trade. We can always look for opportunities in the lower time frames. And in fact, in terms of the weekly time frame, it once broke that resistance, and then last week was bearish. But since Senkou span A is bullish, Kijun-sen is also up and broke the Kumo and Chikou span above candles. And also there was a W bottom on 1.6077, and the neckline break happened. So that means I am expecting next week and towards the end of April will be bullish this way. So Pound CAD, I continue to look for a buying opportunity. Okay, and then next one, Pound AUD. Pound AUD, very much the same as Pound CAD. Again, monthly is range, Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, Chikou span is too close to the price, but weekly is bullish. Weekly Kumo is up, Kijun Sen is also up, and it broke the resistance. So Pound AUD is bullish, and I continue to look for the buying edge. And the target is really wide too. In this case, in this pair, the previous resistance here, there is no pullbacks within the I wave here. So the target can be 1.9226, which is almost 900 pips above. So we have plenty of room to trade. So I think Pound AUD is one of the best pairs to monitor and take trades. Okay, and next, Pound Swiss franc. Pound Swiss franc has been ranging on both monthly and the weekly, so no chance, most likely. Weekly, if you look at the weekly candles, there are so many dojis and so many wicks up and down every week, so you can tell that the market has been really spiky. And also, the spread in the broker is really wide recently. Especially the broker I'm using, the spread becomes really wide on Pound Swiss franc, or basically on the other Swiss franc pairs recently. So most likely I don't take trades. I think I will prefer to take other trending pairs to monitor and take trades. Okay, so again, thank you very much for joining everyone. It's always nice to see everyone. Great to see you again. And I hope you have a great weekend. So far so good. So today, again, I'm actually doing the monthly and the weekly time frame analysis with Ichimoku, just to get the bigger picture and to know which way the market may go, so that once the market exactly goes that direction, you know what to do. So I hope so far so good, everyone. If you're new to my YouTube, then my analysis through Ichimoku may be a bit complex. So you can watch some of my old videos and get the basic understanding of Ichimoku first, and then join the live streams every week. So here is the AUD/USD. Monthly is range, weekly is bearish. Well, actually weekly is now still range, but for me, I think it breaks the support. And I will tell the reason why it happens. So first, monthly chart, the Kumo is flat. And actually this Kumo itself is actually the bullish Kumo. It's the bullish Kumo, but it hasn't twisted bearish yet. And that's why I say that this is range. Until you see the Kumo Kumo twist, the market may spike or the market may retrace or range. So I don't look at the monthly chart because there is no clue as to which way it's going. So I focus on the weekly, and I say that the weekly is bearish, and I think I'm waiting for the price to break the 0.6563. And the reason is because, again, the Chikou span trace. Chikou span has been following the candles, which is one of the original Ichimoku strategies. So as long as Chikou span keeps going down, I follow downtrend. And also this is about the price actions or the candlesticks, is that let me zoom in so that you can see exactly what's happening on these candles in case you're from mobile. Maybe the screen is very small, so I think it's better to zoom in like this. So you can see that the candlestick, this big blue bearish candlestick, which formed on the week of the 6th of March, this candlestick's high and low has been including 3 future candles. So this is called an inside bar. This inside bar is one of the most basic candlesticks strategies, one of 5 most basic ones, inside. So, and once the inside break happens, either way, the market tends to go very fast because stop loss orders are accumulated above and below. So this is a weekly time frame. So for the 4 weeks up until today, for the last 4 weeks, there are buyers and sellers, and buyers most likely put the stop losses below the support, and sellers within the last 4 weeks may put the stop losses above the high here. So once the market breaks either direction, it actually takes the stop losses and goes. And that's why I expect the market goes really fast, especially when it breaks like in this case. And I look for the trading edge when it goes down, because then it follows the weekly downtrend. So sellers are here and here, and sellers have been following. So once the market goes down, more sellers may join, and the stop losses for the buyers may be taken, and I expect the market goes down more fast. So when it goes down, the scenario is to sell, but if it goes up, then it may range. So I don't take trade. And the reason why I think it's range is because, yes, it takes the stop losses for the sellers here, but there are still sellers in the long term. So this will be where the fight between the long-term sellers and short-term buyers happen. And that's why I think the market will be very spiky. And then most likely I don't take trade. So I would only look for a selling edge once the market breaks the support on AUD/USD. And again, coming back to this Chikou span strategy on the weekly, since Chikou span has been following the price, last week the Chikou span a bit away from the candles, but then it may also be resisted by the Tenkan Sen or Kijun Sen, and then may come back to the candles too. So anyways, I wait for that break of the support, again 0.6563, and then sell. That will be the best scenario. And then the target is also very fast, very wide. Target we have 387 pips to down 0.6171 level there. So my view is bearish on AUD/USD. Okay, so next AUD/CAD. Okay, AUD/CAD in the lower time frames is bearish. According to the monthly, it's still a range. So in the long term, we don't know which way it's going. And the weekly is bearish because this is a neckline of head and the shoulders. Neckline break, and the Kumo break may happen. So it actually broke the support of 0.9032. So my view is bearish. So AUD/CAD, let's continue to look for the selling opportunity. Okay, next one is the AUD/JPY. So AUD/JPY is the price is on the monthly Kijun Sen, and weekly is very choppy. Weekly shows that it has been a consecutive bearish in waves, but it may stop here and then may retrace and may back within the Kumo is my expectation. This is also one of the Ichimoku wave analysis, is that the Ichimoku wave, whenever you see the waves, 2 consecutive N waves, then it may stop the trend, is actually the theory. After this, we may see the P wave or Y wave or range, and then the market will decide which way it goes. So I think for now, Kijun Sen flat, so I think the market retrace. So in a very short term, my view is uptrend, but the target will be very small. So I don't think I will take that trade. But rather, I would only take trade when if the market goes down, so that I expect another 2 reversing waves may happen, and then the market will go down to the next target, which is 80.39. So yeah, AUDJPY, I would only sell once it goes down. Okay, let's see. And then next one is, and also AUDJPY, the monthly previous resistances are also close. And this wick touched the monthly resistance here. So that means it may continue to range. Okay, next one is the AUD Swiss franc. So this pair has been very tricky. So yeah, in terms of technical, this is bearish. I think the market will be going down. It's bearish. On the monthly, now the price is below Kumo, Chikou span, below candles. Tenkan-sen is now out of the Kumo. So this Kumo is still bullish. So that means the market may retrace in the short term, but my overall analysis is bearish. And in terms of the weekly time frame, it's also bearish because the price has been below the Kijun-sen so far. There was also the Kijun-sen resistance 4 weeks ago. And then Kumo has been bearish Kumo. Kijun-sen is now flat. Chikou span below candles. But looks like the market was resisted by the previous supports on 0.6202. So I think this one is bearish. So I may look for a selling opportunity once it goes down. But if it goes up, most likely I don't take trade because that will be very spiky. I would only sell on AUD Swiss franc. Okay, so next one is the CADJPY. Okay, CADJPY on the monthly is, this is now still bullish on the monthly because the Kumo Senko span A is up and Kijun-sen is also up and Chikou span above that candles. And in terms of the weekly, this is on the support, and in this support, there is a monthly Kijun-sen like this. There is a monthly Kijun-sen, so from here, I think the market goes up to the weekly Kijun-sen, which is, I think, relatively a shorter term target. So, but CADJPY is also very spiky these days, especially if you look at the lower time frame. It's like lower than 1 hour. It's been very spiky, some gaps between the candles. So I don't think I will take any trades on this one. Okay, next CAD Swiss franc. This pair is still bearish. I'm expecting downtrend, continuous downtrend. Monthly Kumo twisted bearish, Chikou span below candles, and there is a support 0.6603. So it may retrace, but weekly is nicely downtrending too, consecutive reversed in waves. It broke the support 4 weeks ago, and I think this is bearish now. And the price has been resisted on 0.6774. So as long as price below that level, below the Tenkan-sen on the weekly, my view is downtrend. And it may break the monthly support and goes down. Yeah, but to be safer, you can also wait for the clear breakout of the monthly support 0.6603. Or you enter trade, and before the break happens, you set the break-even line so that even if the market reverses, you just exit with a break-even, no loss with that strategy. That's usually what I do too. Before the break happens, I look for the the trading opportunity, and before the price hits the major support resistance, I set the break even and leave. I may take some partial profits and leave too, near the resistance and support. So lastly, the Swiss franc JPY. The Swiss franc JPY on the monthly is still bullish because Kumo itself is bullish. There is Senko span A still pointing up, and the price has been along with the Tenkan-sen and Chikou span above candles. So this pair is bullish in the monthly perspective. So eventually I think the price will break 151.39 and goes up this way so far. And with that in mind, if you look at the weekly time frame, this pair is also bullish because Kumo first is still bullish and the market was supported by the Senko span A, and Kumo itself is also very thick here. And when it's thick Kumo, then the market tends to be supported and goes up. But when the Kumo is thin, then it tends to break easily. So that means there's a strong support by the Kumo on the weekly, and also Chikou span trace is happening too here. So in the short term, I think that will be bullish. If the market goes up continuously and breaks, then for sure I will look for the buying edge. But in this case also, even before the break happens, I will continue to look for the buying edge to see if it breaks. So these are my analysis on these Forex pairs on my watch list. Okay, so now let me move on to gold. But before that, hold on, let me turn off the lights because it's becoming a bit too bright. And it looks like this remote controller is losing battery. So I have to turn them off manually. So just hold on. So let me just show you the gold chart here, and I will be right back. Okay, thank you very much. So I'm back now. Now, yeah, I can see clear. Okay, the light was becoming very busy, too bright. So yeah, so let me now start the analysis on gold and WTI. Okay, so in terms of gold, gold has been, I would say, very tricky. This is, I think, bullish. First of all, it's bullish. But as you can see on the monthly chart, the price is now very close to the monthly or the even yearly resistance, which is 2070.07. However, the weekly is bullish. Kumo twisted bullish. Kijun-sen is up. Tenkan-sen is also up. We have a nice N wave formed 2 weeks ago. So yeah, for me, I think this is bullish. Also, there was an inverse head and shoulders. I think I would say inverse head and shoulders, and the necklines break. So let's see. In this case, I would wait and see if the market will respect the previous resistance, 1959.36, and goes up or not. So you can buy now. You can buy now and hold. But if the price breaks 1959.36, then exit quickly. Or exit if the price breaks the Tenkan-sen on the weekly. Or to be safer, you wait for the breakout of the new resistance, which is 210.24, and then look for the buying edge. So either way, I think this is bullish for me. So I continue to look for a buying opportunity. But again, there is a yearly resistance close, 2070.07. So by the time the price reaches there, I may take some partial profits. But one thing is also true is that if the price breaks that level, I think it will continue to be bullish. So hopefully I set the break even before the market reaches 2070, and leave chart. So let's see how it goes. Okay, next is WTI. WTI has been bearish now. First, after the price breaks the monthly Kijun Sen, it's going down to Kumo. But before the price goes down to Kumo, Chikou span is actually retracing two candles. So based on this monthly finding, to me, this is bearish. And also there is a Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen dead cross, which means that this is the end of uptrend. And also, if you check the weekly time frame, this one is also bearish. The price has been resisted by the Kijun Sen. Chikou span technically still below the candles, and Kumo is bearish. So to me, this is bearish. Last week was bullish, but overall, I think this is still downtrend. Okay, so that's WTI. Okay, so now let me move on to index. So, okay, index has been also very tricky these days, but let me review based on this Ichimoku monthly and weekly analysis. So first, this is Nikkei. So as you can clearly see, even if you don't know Ichimoku, you can tell that this is range because because of this simply ups and downs, it's range. So at the moment there's no trend, and monthly is also range too. So we can't really tell which way it's going. Okay, Dow Jones. Dow Jones is also ranging now. I think in the lower time frames, it's bullish. For the last 2 weeks has been bullish. The market was supported by the weekly Kijun Sen. So it may go up to 34,351 in a very short time, but not sure if it breaks that resistance or not, because Kumo is still flat, Kijun Sen flat. Whenever you see this Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, that means the buyers and sellers are 50-50 in equilibrium. So usually the market doesn't break that resistance. But if Kumo points up and Kijun Sen points up this way, then we can expect the Kumo breakout. So we better know when they start to point up. And it happens next week. When market opens tomorrow Monday, then Kijun Sen will slightly be bullish, and Senko Span A also will be slightly bullish. And it will even more bullish in 2 weeks. And third week, fourth week. So basically, 2 weeks from today, second week and third week and fourth week, Kijun Sen Kumo continue to point up. So that means within the month of April, we may see some kind of bullishness, and it may break that resistances. So yeah, I think I will redo analysis next week, next Sunday, when it really happens. But for now, I would just say that I think the month of April will be bullish on Dow Jones, because again of this Kijun Sen and Kumo angles to the future. Okay, and the next one is Nasdaq. Nasdaq is also bullish. So first of all, monthly chart is going up to the Kijun Sen. The target now is 13,599.0. So and Chikou span trace is also happening. So I think most likely the month of April or May, or basically throughout the year, may be bullish. It may break the Kijun Sen on the monthly and goes up also. With that in mind, according to the weekly time frame, the price is exactly in the Kumo now. So I say that this is bullish. However, in the lower time frames, it may still spike. So long-term bullish. So if you can follow even the monthly or the weekly time frames, if you have a wide stop loss or if you buy and hold for the long term, then it may work. But if you don't want to keep holding with some risk of the spikiness, then you can wait for the Kumo breakout and also the resistance break, 13,725.4, and then buy. But anyways, I think Nasdaq is now bullish. In the short to mid-term, it's bullish. Okay, next one is S&P 500. This one is it's a range on both time frames. Monthly Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, there was a Tenkan Kijun dead cross, and weekly is just choppy ranging. So the market will be bullish when it breaks the weekly Kumo. So let's wait for the breakout of 4194.6 and then expect the bull trend. So I think among the three US indices, I think the best market to buy is Nasdaq to me. Okay, next Euro stocks. Euro stocks is bullish now again. So it has been bearish for the last 3 weeks, but then last week became bullish. So looks like the market is going up to the high 4397.3. So now you can start to look for the buying edge. Okay, next FTSE 100. So FTSE 100 has been really spiky these days. So I don't think this is a good market to trade right now. And this is not bullish on the weekly chart. Kumo is flat, Kijun Sen flat. So, and this is very spiky. So we may see some inside bars, or we may see some retracement. So we have to wait for at least, I think, the next N wave. Or again, Kumo bullish, Kijun Sen bullish to be able to buy. Yeah, for now it's range, so I will cover next week, next Sunday. Okay, next CAC France. CAC France is bullish, both on the monthly and the weekly time frames. So first, monthly chart. What's good about this market is that there is a gold cross, Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen, and Kijun Sen itself is bullish, and Kumo is also bullish, and Chikou span above candles. So the month of April, we may see the breakout. I think this is all-time high, 7382.99, and the market may break that all-time high and goes bullish. And weekly is also bullish. There was nicely consecutive bullish in waves is happening. And then Kijun Sen is out of the Kumo and bullish, and Kumo itself is also bullish. So I think this week the market breaks that resistance and goes up. Okay, so that's CAC France. And then next is German 40. This market is still range because unlike CAC France, Tenkan Sen is below Kijun Sen in the monthly chart. Again, in CAC France, you can see the blue Tenkan Sen above the Kijun Sen, but German 40, Tenkan Sen is below Kijun Sen. So this is where I see its range. So last week was bullish, and it may break that resistance, but since in this monthly condition, I think even if the market breaks, there may be a fake out, and then the market may range. So I would wait for the breakout of the previous weekly resistances. Okay, and next one is a Nifty chart. So Nifty on the monthly is still bullish. Yeah, because Senko span A is up, Kijun Sen is technically up, Chikou span above the candles too. So monthly is bullish, however the weekly is range. Weekly, you can also see that the Chikou span trace has been happening. Chikou span is exactly touching the prices. But that means next week may range, but towards the end of April, we may see uptrend like this. So most likely next week, I think it will be bearish from tomorrow. But in the long term, this is bullish. That's Nifty chart. Okay, next, A200. This one is range. Pure range on the monthly and the weekly chart. So monthly is also Tenkan Sen below Kijun Sen, and it has been just up and down. So I don't see any trends in the long term here. Okay, and lastly, Hansen Index. Hansen is now also range on monthly and the weekly. Weekly is within the Kumo. Kumo is bullish, but Kijun Sen flat, so we have to wait for the Kijun Sen to be up, or Kumo breakout, which may happen in the month of April, and target to the weekly resistance, 22,696.23. And monthly has no trends. Okay, so that's analysis on the index. So finally, let me also review Bitcoin, BTC USD. I know there are some crypto traders in my YouTube, so let me also review the Bitcoin cryptos. So BTC USD monthly has no trend, so no direction. Yeah, weekly has also no direction. Yeah, it's actually going into Kumo. And whenever you see the price goes into Kumo, it's like the airplanes going into storm, and it may be very spiky. So for the last 2 weeks has been doji, so no trend. Let me break it down to the daily time frame on this one. Okay, in terms of the daily time frame, as I mentioned previously, this is called Y wave. Expanding triangle like Y wave. And when you see Y wave, the market becomes also very tricky. So the market is near the resistances now, so it may retrace to Kijun Sen. Kijun Sen still flat. So I don't see any clues as to when the market breaks that resistance. So if I were to take trades on Bitcoin, then I would put alert above that resistance, above 29,379, and then once the other triggers come back, and then see if I can buy. Otherwise, no trades. This is too choppy on the daily time frame and no direction, so it may retrace also. So that's the Bitcoin. Okay, so that covers the whole topics for these markets. So now let me cover news. Okay, so here is the news website. I'm using that website called fxstreet.com, and I simply click on the calendar and I get these news. So let's see, this week we are in the month of April. Okay, so since this is the first week of the month, we have big news. So Monday, tomorrow, first we have Tankan in Japan, and then also manufacturing PMI in the US on Monday. Tuesday, the 4th April rate decision in Australia. Wednesday, the 5th, there will be RBA governor speech in Australia and also rate statement in New Zealand. So if you trade the New Zealand pairs, watch out on Wednesday. And then ADP employment change in the US, and then ISM services PMI in the US too. And Thursday the 6th, we have a trade balance in Australia and unemployment rate in Canada. And finally, Friday the 7th of April, we have non-farm payrolls, which is the biggest news in the US, and that's it. So we have lots of big news next week, so just watch out. Before the big news happens, don't take trades. You may get loss, big loss. So I never trade by the news. Okay, so that covers the whole topic of today's analysis in the live stream. Okay, so now let me see. Let me check some of the comments for the next few minutes until I finish live stream today. But again, thank you very much for joining. I hope you're having a great weekend today. Good to see you. So let me see. Okay, let me see. Sai says, hi Kay, can you draw support line, resistance line in the daily chart? Show some fake resistance and support line. How do you find fake breakouts? For the fake breakouts, I would look at the price actions. Like for example, on this one, on the daily time frame, there was a fake. For example, like this one, there was a resistance here, and then it becomes fake on the day here, the Tuesday, the 14th of March. And the way to identify the fake or not is by waiting for the candlestick close. I always wait for the candlestick close for the breakout confirmations. So here, if you waited for the close price, then close price becomes below the resistance, and then you know that this was the fake out. But here, on the day, the 17th of March, the close price becomes above the resistance, and then you know that this is not fake. This was a true breakout. So by waiting for the candlestick close, you can tell whether it becomes fake or not. Okay. Almighty says, hi Kay, can someone trade without indicators? Yes, I think so. I can also take trades without indicators. However, the reason why I use Ichimoku is that Ichimoku gives me different perspectives to the candlesticks in the price actions and lines. I know I can tell at a glance whether buyers dominant or sellers dominant, and I can see some trends. I can see buyers and sellers equilibrium 50-50 level as this Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, Kumo, and that's why I use Ichimoku. But technically speaking, you can also take trades by the candlesticks and the lines only. Okay, good to see you everyone. Thank you very much for joining. Again, yeah, great weekend everyone, great weekend. Okay, Rita says, I think Ichimoku is complete, very complete and don't need other indicator. What do you think? I agree. I agree with you. Yes. If you master Ichimoku, 5 lines, then you don't need other indicators. So I only use Ichimoku and simple lines, and that's it in higher time frames. But I used to use so many other indicators like pivot points or market orders like order flow or stochastic RSI, MACD with Ichimoku. I was using so many other indicators for Ichimoku. But now I only use Ichimoku and it has been working really well for me. So yeah, ever since I only use Ichimoku in higher time frames and it's been working so well. Okay. Oh, in terms of the lower time frame trades, let me talk when the market's open. Right now it's closed, so I prefer to talk about it when the market's open. Okay, good to see you again. Thank you very much. Any comment for the leverage? I recommend you to use leverage 1 to 20 at most. Yeah, back when I was in Japan, due to Japan regulation, I could only use 1 to 25 leverage at most. So in terms of the risk management, I think 1 to 20 or 1 to 25 is just enough. If you use 1 to 100, then that would be too big, and once the market goes against you, then you can blow accounts so easily. So I recommend to use 1 to 20 or less. But for me, I don't really care about the leverage, but I care about the risk per trade. I calculate how many risks I take per trade to stop loss, and it should be safe in the risk management. Okay. Okay, let me see. MTTube says, hi K-san, may I check what is your take on stop loss? Do you go with market structure, fixed pip size, or if Ichimoku at lower time frames? For my stop losses, I do it based on the waves. I don't put the stop losses based on the Ichimoku lines, but I do use it based on the waves. If I buy now, for example, if I buy now, then I put the stop loss below the pushback, either here or here. So I put the stop losses based on the waves, and so I don't have the fixed stop loss. I change stop losses accordingly. Okay, hold on, let me adjust this frame a little bit. I think the rows are a bit big. I think this is a bit smaller and nicer, I think. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think this has been 1 hour now, so I think I will finish live. But again, thank you very much for joining today's live stream, everyone. So we are in the month of April, so we can start fresh now. So whichever the result you had in the month of March, you can refresh, but always make sure to look back your trades in the month of March and try to learn from your own trades. Especially the losing trades, you can also analyze how you could avoid the losing trades in the month of March, and make sure you don't repeat the same mistakes, same pattern of losses in the month of April, and we just move on. So that's my recommendation. Okay, so again, thank you very much everyone. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, and see you all next week. So until I see you next time, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. Bye for now everyone. Mata ne. Thank you very much.